Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Saturday Show. My name is Tracy. I am so sorry to be running behind again this week, but we're going to have a great show. I'm just getting some stuff ready in the background. Um, Remember, since you are here, to go ahead and um, go ahead and like. I'm putting my links in the chat section here because I literally just got in 2 minutes ago. So pardon me for doing that, but I hope everybody's doing well. I'm still trying to get caught up here. Okay, and just one more. Wait a minute. And then one more. Okay, so we are finally ready to go. First off, thank you everybody for tuning in. As you can see, still I'm away from the tiny screen. I'm a full length screen now, so yay to that. Um, Finally figured out what I was doing wrong, so you'll get to see this full screen now. Please subscribe to this page. Subscribing literally costs nothing. I believe the subscription total is $325. Um, so help us to grow to 1,000. That is our goal. Support me on Patreon. Patreon is the way that I accept donations for this podcast and the other podcasts I do. Support starts at $2 a month, and it's used to support this channel, as I was just stating. And I am just trying to get all of this to fit. Sorry. Like I said, I should have did this before, but okay. You can now support me on GoFundMe. I am still doing my $1,500 fundraising goal. I have not gotten a contribution yet, but I'm sure you're just waiting on that perfect time. I'm using the $1,500 to buy new equipment, a new laptop, or a better laptop to do this podcast with, my other podcast. And so I need your help doing that. You can view this website at that link there. I won't go through the long website address, but until we get TRACYMedia Group launched, that will be the temporary one-page website. I'll leave it up there for a few seconds so you can copy it. Help us to get 35 likes and 15 shares. That means we need 35 people to like this particular show and 15 of you to share it. And that can be the same 15 people, but we need, of course, 35 likes and 15 shares. And I got one more little announcement. And I forgot all about this one because it's tomorrow. It'll be just a moment. I am still trying to find this because I got a special show that's coming on and I want to make you all aware of it. Let me go ahead and I don't know why this is taking so long. Why this is taking so long. Okay, so okay, so finally got it. So tomorrow, February, let's see. Tomorrow's the 16th. I'm gonna get this right. I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm just okay. So, final announcement tomorrow. Join us for the 300 subscriber celebration show. I'm gonna walk down memory lane and show you the very first video that I ever put up. Talk about the evolution of the channel, and where this channel is wanting to go. And finally, we got to where I wanted to be. Remember to comment if you're watching live or if you go back and watch later. You know that there are designated people I have asked to comment. You know you'll all be getting your emails tomorrow morning. And feel free to add your comments while we're on and live. So today's topic, as you can see, I gotta drink some water here. Today's topic is cartoons that I hate. Now, if you've watched this Saturday show, you know I always keep it light. I don't go into heavy politics. I don't go into coups and nuclear war and military industrial complex. I purposely keep this show light because I think a balance is good. We can't always be joyful and laughful, but we always can't be sad and depressed. So I try to mix it up by doing a Saturday show. And I've ranked cereals that I hate. I've ranked cereals that I've liked. I've ranked boy bands. I've done a lot of things. So today I thought I'm going to talk about maybe 5 cartoons that I hate. And when I say hate, I literally mean hate. If you saw the clip, you'll see some of them. No, you'll see all of them. All of them are in the little clip art that I created. So let's get started. And I think I'm going to do this 5-1. I think I'm going to do it 5-1. My only thing is, will I remember what was number 5? Will I remember what was number 4? Et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to cheat here. And yeah, I'm going to cheat here and just create my little list on the side so I don't repeat anything. And I might use my tablet. Well, no, because YouTube will take me down. So, like I said, I'll definitely try to show pictures. I'm getting my list up here right now. Oh. And now, of course, you know, I did a whole list of cartoons that I loved. With the Transformers, I think was the last one I said was pretty awesome. So I'm doing now the opposite. So now I got my little list together. So let's talk about number 5. And I will be screen sharing. So hopefully YouTube doesn't take me down because I'm showing pictures. Because they like to do that. I mean, they took down my whole Christmas video. Because I literally hated this cartoon. Yeah, there it is. So I'll just show you. Okay, of course, I don't know how to press share. The Littles. I don't even know. I mean, I think they're human because they have human faces, but were they like not roaches, rodents? Were they rodents? Because if you listen to the description of this, it's really ridiculous. I am going to use my tablet because I want to read what this monstrosity was about. Okay, so like somebody sat here and thought, you know what? Let's make this a cartoon. Let's make this a cartoon. Okay, so the Littles, or in French, oh boy, it's been a long time since I took French. Les Mini Pousses is an American animated television series originally produced between 1983 and 1985. Thank goodness this garbage only stayed on 2 years. It was based on characters from The Littles, a series of children's novels by American author John Peterson, the first which was published in 1967. The series was produced for ABC by the French American studio Dick Audiovisual. It was also post-produced by a Canadian animation studio, Animation City Editorial Services, blah, blah, blah. It's hard to even describe this because it was like they were the littles, but like they were little people, not in the form of dwarfism. Like they were tiny people. Like think about a rat. Like they were the size of a normal sized rat. That's what they were, and they had these little adventures. They had them traveling around the world. They had 2 movie tie-ins for some reason, but I'm trying to find a character. I just know I hated this cartoon, but I can't. I'm trying to find a description because yeah, I know this. Are you for real? Oh my goodness. It's not meant for me to do this one because apparently I hate it so much that nobody let me stop sharing that one and get the next one up. It was so annoying. The theme song was annoying. Um I don't even think they made these into toys because I don't know what kid is around here like, you know what I want? A pet rat. Nobody says that. Like they were literally the size of rats. That's where they were. Not little people, um, but just littler than that. It was something else that I wanted. Oh, the themes. Let me see if I can find it. I just literally had this, y'all. You're gonna be like, she's so unorganized, but I'm not. Let me see if I can hear this. Oh, and regular size humans were in this world. So these kids, I guess, there were kids because these shows there has to be. They were friends with the Littles. Um, let's see if I can do this.
Very special secret. The only one who knows about tiny people living in our walls called the Littles.
They had a little turtle, little grandfather, and nobody thought this was strange. Lucy Little. Oh, and I think all their last names were Little. I think. See, this is so bad. I can't remember watching a whole bunch of episodes. Let me get to number 4 because this, you know what? No. Number 4. Oh, this one. Yeah, this one I also didn't like. That's not the picture I wanted. Well, we're going to go with this one. Okay, so they don't have a picture of what I want. Well, I guess we're going to have to go. Oh my gosh. Now nobody has what I want. So next cartoon up, Heathcliff. This fake behind it Garfield cartoon, and no, I don't care if Garfield came second. This cartoon was terrible. The only character I can remember is Heathcliff, but apparently he had like these friends called Heathcliff and the Cadillacs. Cadillacs, Heathcliff. And no, let me just read what Wikipedia says. Let me just read what Wikipedia says. And there goes a no, oh my goodness. There goes a fire engine. All right, yeah, I'm so sorry. This is just not working out the way I wanted to. This is just not. Okay. Heathcliff, bunch of mess. Um, let me just show you what this fake Garfield looked like. Oh my goodness, hit present. Not. There it is. So I'll let you all marinate on this picture while I read this. This came on in 1984, And Heathcliff, aka Heathcliff and the Cadillac Cats, known as Les Entrées in French, is a children's animated series that debuted September 3rd, 1984. Was produced again by Dick Audiovisual. Wonder why these cartoons are so bad. Um, the Cadillac Cats, the auxiliary characters that I never knew existed, were identified in ink credits as Cats and Co. Blah, blah, blah. Mel Blanc did the voice. Why, Mel Blanc? Why? If you don't know who Mel Blanc is, just Google the guy. He did like hundreds of cartoon voices. He did, I believe, Tom and Jerry. I think he did some Warner Brothers work. Um, shoot, hold on a second here. Oh, get that tight on my head. He did the voice of Heathcliff. Listen to this. Now, this is the premise. Each episode featured two segments, one being about Heathcliff and his friends, while the other featured the Cadillac Cats. At the end of every episode and before the end of credits, Heathcliff or many of the other characters from the show would give viewers tips on that were related to health to pet care. The year after the series ended, the film Heathcliff, the movie, was released which consisted of a compilation of segments. They couldn't even release a real movie. They couldn't even release a real movie. They just went to the let's just go with whatever. Like I said, this is probably gonna be a short show because this really frustrates me that I can't show clips so you can't see it. Thanks, YouTube. It's not like I'm sitting here making money off of this or anything like that. Next up on the list, this one. Okay. Now, this one I'm going to have to. Okay, let's see. This next one, I literally have no words. Oh boy, I'm sleepy. Pardon me, everybody. Okay. This was the Superpowers team Galactic Guardians. So this was basically, if you've watched before, you know I love the challenge of the Super Friends, But this was one that came on in 1985. And this was when you knew, okay, the franchise cartoons is over. This is some mess. So this was entitled The Superpowers Team Galactic Guardians. They had the tone was like completely different. It was like darker. Let me go to the series summary. In the fall of 1985, the final version of Hanna-Barbera's Super Friends premiered. The show takes a new, more realistic style and very different. It was different from the challenge of the Super Friends, where that was like more lighter and more funnier. This one only ran September, October, November. This ran 3 months. And I don't even know why. Um, it is considered the most faithful TV adaptation. Um, second to no, Challenge of the Super Friends is always first. Don't get it twisted. Um, okay, gone were the simplistic designs. It was really dark, but the series only lasted. Um, they had different superheroes. They had basically Superman. Like nobody did the introduction. If you watch the Challenge of the Super Friends, oh, they didn't do the Challenge of the Super Friends, didn't do the introduction either. So this show didn't do um the introductions. They just showed the person and thought you was gonna know who they were, but they had Superman, Batman, Robin, Wonder Woman, and Firestorm were the leads, along with the newest team member, Cyborg. Robin was no longer used holyisms like he did in the previous seasons. Cyborg's voice is Ernie Hudson, and the headquarters was the Hall of Justice in Metropolis. Oh my gosh, Metropolis. Um, El Dorado was in the other one, and the Flash appeared in one episode. Um, th- let me tell you what made this bad. Let me tell you what made this bad. Let me tell you what made this bad. Let me tell you what I keep saying. Let me tell you what made this bad. Let me tell you what made this bad. Cyborg. No, not Cyborg. Firestorm. Now, when you think Firestorm, don't think of Firestorm, the one with Spider-Man, Iceman, and Firestorm. Not the female one. This Firestorm had this flame crown thing coming out of his head, and he was a teenager in school, and he had this professor, and somehow they would merge to become one person. And then the professor would be like this invisible guiding force. I don't even know what that was so annoying. I can see why it lasted 3 months. It was terrible. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I mean, did I say terrible? It was like the worst of it. You would think I would hate the one with Wendy Marvin and the Wonder Dog. I'll take those three over Firestorm any day of the week. Any day of the week. I'll take them on a Monday. I'll take them on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll take them. Firestorm. And the fact that they would fight, it was like, it was so dark. And I guess because I was used to the Challenge of the Super Friends. Let me see this. I want to see women. Wait a minute. I want to see all of them because I never. Because I know the. No. Because I know this is Super Friends. That was the one with Marvin and Wendy Wonder Dog. The all new Super Friends hour. That was with the Wonder Twins. Zach. No. Zana. No. Jana. No. Zana. Zach. His name was not Zach. Oh my gosh. The Wonder Twins with Space Monkey Gleep. Then that was in 77. And then the best one was the Challenge of the Super Friends. So that was the third. Then the World's Greatest Super Friends, which was okay. That one was with the same characters, but they tried to make like Batman The guiding star, that wasn't gonna work. Then there was this Super Friends, and then there was the one we just talked of. No, then there was the Super Friends Legendary Superpower Show. This is the one with El Dorado, Black Falcon, um, um, not Apache Chief. Apache Chief wasn't in this one. Samurai. Yep, Samurai. And then the one we just talked about, the superpower team. Who came up with that name? The superpowers team. Like, what 2-year-old did they get to name that? They went with that. They sat around and thought, yep, that'll do it. Pardon me. I'm not understanding. So we're almost done with this list. And so far, I don't see any comments, but I see people watching. I just thought I saw a comment, but I guess I didn't. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, everybody that watches this series knows the challenge of the Super Friends is like the best one. And I'm not here to argue with you. Challenge of the Super Friends is definitely number one. Definitely number one. Oh, wait a minute. Why didn't y'all tell me my okay? Hair was sticking out there. I'm like, ugh. But just why? Like I said, what 2-year-old sat there and said that? Yup, that's the name right there. That is the name. That's the name. That's what we're gonna name it. It'll work. Yes. Let's go to the next one. Well, you know what? I think I lost the list. Oh my goodness. So, because I want to go over what I had. So I have so far, number 5 was the littles. They weren't little people, but they were like the size of a rat. Then Heathcliff, fake Garfield. Then the superpower friendly. No, I'm not going to try this show. Okay, so the next show, I know people are going to yell at me for hating this show, but I don't care. I literally don't care. It's a terrible show. And miss me with it was made for little bitty kids, because when I had the charge of, well, not babysitting, because I really wasn't a babysitter. I had the fortune, or I'm not gonna say misfortune. I had the duty of being around children a lot, and I had to watch this. I had to be well in my teen years, and maybe that's why it got on my nerves. Yeah. And they'll show it. I'm trying to find the one from like when I was we're gonna use this one. This cartoon, and like I said, maybe it annoyed me because like I was an adult and I was just trying to understand, and I didn't understand, and I didn't understand. I just didn't understand, and I'm gonna just keep saying I didn't understand because I literally don't. Yeah, we're gonna have to go with that one. That's the best one. Oh my goodness, share, present the Care Bears. Why? Well, oh no, I was not a teenager. I was not. I was, let's see, that would be, I was 9 years old. Okay, I was still too old to be watching this show, but I was 9 years old when this came on. Um, the main series actually began in 85, so I was 11. That's probably why I hated it so much because everybody cared. I mean, they had Grumpy Bear and Happy Bear and Fat Bear and Skinny Bear and oh, and they lived in care a lot. And they would intervene um in the lives of children. Like they would know when a child was sad. And according to this, I'm just gonna read it. Thank you, Wikipedia. The Care Bears live in a faraway place up in the clouds called Camelot, which constitutes part of the kingdom of Caring. With the help of the cousins and their buddies, they go all around the world on missions in Caring. With lists, they try to thwart the plans of the evil Professor Coldheart. Um, why do kids like this? You know, of course, I'm 9, so I'm way too, like, this is not anywhere near my age group. I I don't know how I watched it. I don't know why I watched it. I should have figured out this is way too old for me to be watching. I think what annoys me is like one, they care. They all just care. They just care. They care. They care. They care. They care. They care. Um, they literally, it's like to the point of nauseum, right? It's not like they're sitting there and they're like, let me get some of these. Okay, so here it is. Okay, so they have Bright Heart Raccoon, Proud Heart Cat, Funshine Bear. No. Let me go to start this again. The 10 original Care Bears was Bedtime Bear, Birthday Bear, Cheer Bear, Friend Bear, Funshine Bear, Good Luck Bear, Grumpy Bear, Love a Lot Bear, Tender Heart Bear, and Wish Bear. Why did they have a Grumpy Bear? If you're called the Care Bears, why do you have a bear called Grumpy? I don't understand it. I'm still sitting here scratching my head. Like, I don't understand why people think, you know what, these are little kids. They're not going to be smart enough to know this. Like, if you were born, I would say their age demographic is like maybe kids shouldn't even be watching TV at 6 months old, maybe 9 months old to maybe 3. Like, that's their like 9 months old to 3 months old. What did they do to deserve this? Funshine Bear? Funshine. And then here's what you do. Google the movies. They made Care Bears, Nutcracker. Don't ask me how I know these, right? Just don't. Just assume that I know these. They made the Cracker Barrel. What's Crackle Barrel? Nutcracker, Care Bears in Wonderland, and the original Care Bear movie. That was three. Two of them were in theaters, one was direct to video. The fact that I know that says there's something wrong with me. There's literally something wrong with me that I know that. And while I'm on it, and the fact that they got people to draw them, that was. Oh no. They had more than three. Y'all, they had more than three movies. I just went here. I just assumed they had three. They do not. They had the Care Bears movie that was released in March 1985. Then they have Care Bears movie 2, A New Generation. That was released in 86. In 87, they had the Care Bears Adventure in Wonderland. They forgot the Nutcracker movie, but then they did Care Bears Journey to Joke-A-Lot and the Care Bears Big Wish movie. Oh my gosh. They had 5 movies. The Care Bears had 5 movies, y'all. I'm gonna get to my number one pick, but I gotta get this in my head that the Care Bears had 5, not 4, not 3, not 2, not 1, but they had 5 movies. They talked. Let me move. Trying to move around here. Sorry, but they move. They managed to talk people into voicing these characters. I mean, they sit here and said, you know what, we'll pay you. Oh, okay, let's make 5 of them. What? Care Bears, A New Generation. You're not Star Trek. Of course, there should be a space there. Last one. Told you this was going to be a short show because I have an errand that I have to run. The last one. I despise this cartoon. It is literally the worst cartoon of my childhood. I don't know who thought of it. I don't know who sat there and said, hey, this is a great idea. Why don't we just do this? I'm trying to find an image, a good one. I absolutely, positively despise this cartoon. Hello, Alexander. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for checking in to let me know I'm not by myself. So the last one, like I said, I hate this cartoon. I hate what it stands for. I don't like the people that wrote it. I don't like the people that thought about it. I'm almost wanting to say I don't like the people that watched it. This cartoon absolutely, positively is the most disgusting, stupidest cartoon I have ever seen. I can't stand it. I don't like it. You're not going to make me like it. Period. You are not going to make me like my number one choice for a cartoon I did not like. Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. The Smurfs. The Smurfs, to me, are ignore that picture over there. Everybody, this the Smurfs. What year did they come on? Hold on a second here. Um, I, I can't even. The Smurfs. I'm gonna let y'all take in how terrible this was because um so I was a little kid. Okay, so I was 7 when the Smurfs came on. The Smurfs, syndicated as the Smurf Adventures, is an animated fantasy comedy children's television series that originally aired on NBC from September the 12th, 1981 until December 2nd, 1989. You mean this mess stayed on for 8 years? This mess stayed on for 8 years. Are you kidding me? For 8 years. That means, okay, so I was 7 when it came on. I was 15 when the show went off. Oh my goodness. Think about all the changes that I went through starting at 7. And then where I would finish at 1989 when I was 15. That's like a whole, throw in puberty, throw in throw it all in. Um, it was produced by Hanna-Barbera Productions and is based off of a Belgian comic series of the same name, created by Belgian cartoonist Peyo, Peyo. It had a total of 256 episodes with 417 stories, including 3 cliffhangers and 7 specials. Why? And the worst part, all of them had, of course, all their last names were Smurf. There was a Papa Smurf, but no Mama Smurf. And there was like Papa Smurf, Sleepy Smurf, Stupid Smurf, Fat Smurf, Smurf. The dog was Dog Smurf, Grouchy Smurf, Unhappy Smurf, Drunk Smurf. I mean, everybody had Smurf on their name, but there was one character that I don't know how. I don't understand. And I'm trying to get it. Smurfette. Somebody explain to me Smurfette. Anybody. Anybody that can explain Smurfette to me. I don't understand it. They had all these men Smurfs, no Mama Smurfs. Did Mama Smurf die in an accident and they needed like a sister baby Smurf? Or did Papa Smurf like want a daughter and just create her? Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me just read what Wikipedia has to say. Smurfette is the main protagonist from the comic strip The Smurfs. Smurfette was created. Oh, this part I guess I didn't remember. Smurfette was created by the evil wizard Gargamel, the Smurfs' arch enemy, in order to spy on them and sow jealousy. However, she decides she wants to be a real Smurf, and Papa Smurf casts a spell that changes her hair from black to blonde as a sign of her transformation. She is the only Smurf, female Smurf, until the creation of, and guess what? Her name ain't got Smurf in it. Sassette. A Granny Smurf was also a Granny Smurf was also later introduced, although it is unclear how she was created. Smurfette. What was her character? Being a girl. I still don't see any response to what is Smurfette. What is she? What purpose is she? And don't say she was created as spawn the Smurfs. I just read that. But what was she? Like, what was her character? Like, Brainy Smurf was smart. Sad Smurf was sad. Fat Smurf was fat. What was Smurfette? Girl Smurf? Um, and how many Smurfs are there? Um, 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 there was 100 Smurfs according to what I'm reading. Brainy Smurf, Clumsy Smurf, Hefty Smurf. I told you I was a fat Smurf. Hefty Smurf, Grouchy Smurf, Handy Smurf, Jokey Smurf, Greedy Smurf, Chef Smurf, Vanity Smurf, Lazy Smurf. Harmony Smurf is a musician, although I don't remember seeing instruments. Farmer Smurf, Poet Smurf, Painter Smurf, Scaredy Smurf, Sloppy Smurf, Tracker Smurf. I forgot about Baby Smurf. Baby Smurf was brought by a stork and the night of the blue moon. He was loved by Grouchy since he had a soft spot for him. Baby also was loved by Smurfette, Papa, Grandpa, Nanny, the Smurflings, and every other Smurf in the village. He has a display of magic powers which nobody was watching, and Baby Smurf is the only one who can open up puppies like it when nobody else can. Nat Smurfling or Natural Smurfy, Snappy Smurfling, Slouchy Smurfling, Satset Smurfling. She's the sister of Smurfette. Like Smurfette, Slouchy was evil. Gargamel did this again. Grandpa Smurf, which isn't Papa Smurf, Alchemist Smurf, Timid Smurf, Architect Smurf, Baker Smurf, not to be confused with Chef Smurf, Clockwork Smurf, not an actual Smurf, Dabbler Smurf, Dr. Smurf, Dopey Smurf, Enamor Smurf, Fiance Smurf, um, the Flying Smurf, King Smurf, Minor Smurf, Nanny Smurf, Nosy Smurf, Editor Smurf, Fisher Smurf, Miller Smurf, Hundred Smurf, um, Reporter Smurf. I think they're gonna go all the way to 100. They did. Well, yeah, I get it. It's a whole bunch of Smurfs. The 100th one is what? No, this goes to 110. Smurf right. A female. There's three females. There's Smurfette, Sassette, and Smurferite. Smurf Meteorite. Why? Anybody explain to me why? Then they got two bad movies. Now they're rebooted. Why? Leave this crap in the 80s where it belongs. Stop rebooting it. Don't make any more movies. Don't do that. Stop. And with that, I'm going to wrap up because I'm done. Remember to subscribe. Subscribing literally costs nothing. Support me on Patreon. Support my GoFundMe campaign. You can view my website. Help us to get 35 likes and 15 shares. And most of all, remember that the Saturday Hangout starts March the 22nd, every fourth Saturday of the month. You have to register for the meeting. There is the address right there. So please remember to register. I'm going to take myself down after I say thank you for joining. I'm going to play us out with the outro. I will see you at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great one.